You are watching Melody Lane. With me you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Hello everyone! Happy Saturday! Oh, I'm muted. Good. Good. Hello everyone. Hi Sue, Dawn, Tammy. Did I say Sue? Sue, Dawn, Tammy, Jamie. Sue, Dawn, Tammy, Jamie. Yeah. Hello everyone. Happy Saturday. Usually I'm downstairs in my craft space, but I have to be close to the back door because Lucy Lou's not feeling so well. So, how's everybody's weekend off to? The start? Everybody can hear me okay, right? I have myself muted, so I'm like, I hope the sound's okay. Hello, Diane. Welcome. Welcome. That time went so fast, it flew, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's time to go live. Poor Lucy Lou. Okay, good. Glad to hear. Almost forgot to go onto the YouTube so I can like be with the chat. Okay, so I know yesterday. Oh, good, Diane. I'm glad that you're feeling better. I know several people are under the weather right now. Lucy Lou's one of them. I don't know what's going on with her. But she's still happy and everything and has a wet nose most of the time, but she's having some stomach things. So I know we froze yesterday when we were doing the image set video with Alex. Oh no, Diane. It's crazy that's still going on. We froze while we were on image set. So I think, and I'm not sure where exactly we froze, and I think we froze before we went to Louise's projects. But Louise had a project and I thought I was going to make a version of that. But I changed my mind. And the reason I changed my mind is because you always it's crazy like what you get inspired by, right? Something weird. Well, yesterday I was like, the ice cream truck, which you never hear. Like, I've only heard it a couple times in our neighborhood. Like, several times throughout the day, I'm like, there's that ice cream truck again. And there's another ice cream truck. I didn't go chasing it. But I was like, oh, I want to make like an ice cream cone card. I love ice cream. And then when it was Jamie's birthday and I made a graphic for that, I put this like dripping frosting with like sprinkles, and I was like, oh, I want to make a card with that. I thought that was neat. So I thought I'd make an ice cream shaker card and then incorporate that frosting that we did also. It's funny where you find inspiration. Like if you go to Cracker Barrel, there's always inspiration at Cracker Barrel. Every time I go there, I take pictures of things and I'm like, oh, I could make something like that. That's a good idea. Hi, Mindy. Glad that you made it. Thanks, Sue. Yeah, I love the drip and I love sprinkles. Yeah, because I'm like a 5-year-old. Ooh, thanks for that. Canned pumpkin. I have some of that. I'm going to give her that. I'm also was going to go get ground turkey and rice to cook for her too, to hopefully hold her stomach. Right? Love ice cream. And I said I was done with summer, but I'm like, ice cream is a forever thing. It doesn't matter if it's winter. I'm still going to have ice cream. And to me, just ice cream is just a fun, happy image, and it can be colorful and everything too. Oh no, Mindy. So tired I can barely stay awake. Hopefully you make it. But it's Saturday, so it's a day of rest. You can do whatever you want. So we're gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and go into Design Space now. Oh, I didn't want to go to that.
You are watching.
Back into the intro. We didn't want to do that either. Hold on for a second here. I have to go back through it. There we go. Now we are in Design Space. Okay, so we're gonna do, for this is gonna be a normal shaped card. Does she like ice cream, Mindy? Because who doesn't like ice cream? Ooh, Trisha, that sounds amazing. Trisha's at the beach. I'm jealous. Enjoy the beach. Oh yeah, when I do this, hold on, let me This is so funny because I have this up lifted up for the live, but then when I design, I have it way up in the air, and then I'm like reaching for it. I'm like, I can just move the computer. Good. All right, first we're gonna go ahead. First thing we're gonna start with is the card blank. So I'm just gonna go to shapes here and grab the square. And then I'm gonna do this one 5x7. You can reshape it to whatever size you want. I just like a larger one with the shaker part. So I'm gonna do 10 wide by 7 high. And since that was a square, I did unlock it here. Otherwise it would make it 10 by 10. Go ahead and make this white. I know, the beach sounds fabulous. It's funny, I had a friend message me this morning about a beach too and what beach to go to. I discovered Michigan beaches are superior to Indiana beaches. They don't have like, Indiana beaches you have like when you go in the water you always have this thing of rocks you have to walk across. I don't know what happens between like 5 minutes between Indiana and Michigan, but they don't have that there. I always feel like I have to wear shoes to go in the water because it hurts my feet. Okay, so first I just put a score line on here, and we can make the height exactly 7 if we want, since we know that's what size our card is. And then instead of trying to find the placement right in the middle, just go ahead and grab your mouse over all of it, and then you can align center horizontally, and then it will go ahead and place that right in the middle for you. So while I have this here, I'm going to go ahead, drag my mouse and attach. Oh, it's raining there, Sue? It's overcast here. Overcast, but not, and I know tomorrow Connor's going to be in the Pride Parade, and it's like going to be mid-60s. I'm like, that's different. Usually it's like 90 and super hot that day. Ooh, the Emerald Coast. What is that? Trisha, what like towns are considered in the Emerald Coast? I don't know too much about the coast. I just know where like Clearwater and St. Petersburg is. I think that's the only places on the coast I've went. Okay, so now that we have our background, let's go ahead and start with the main thing. Let's look for ice cream. Let's go to images and type in ice cream cone. Oh, low battery. Hold on, I'm gonna have to switch. That thing was plugged in, did it not? Hold on, I'm trying to plug my... that didn't charge. Okay. Ooh, 72. That's a good temp. I can handle that, Dawn. Okay, so for this ice cream cone, I want something I'm going to turn into a shaker card, and I would like it to have 2 scoops. And we may not use all of the image. That one could be a good one. Let's click this one. You could do a single scoop. You could do, oh, I like this one. And I probably won't use those sprinkles and stuff, but I can take off what I don't need. So let's go ahead and add that one to canvas. I think 3 scoops because you're going to do a shaker of each part. I wouldn't want to do that because it's just too little of a shaker part there. So I think 2 is the magic number. Oh, Destin, yeah, that's supposed to be so beautiful there, Trisha. Right, Margot? Everybody's, today if the ice cream man comes, I'm chasing him down. We haven't bought from the ice cream, like, there hasn't been an ice cream man for years that's went through our neighborhood. I hear though, like, their prices are not what they used to be. I think we have 2 good possibilities, so let's go ahead. I think what we have is good. That one's got the drip on it. Let's go ahead and add these to canvas. All right, so looking at these 2, I really like this one here because I like the outline of it too, the offset, or not the offset, but I like the background to it, and I like the waffle line. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one. Let's delete that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this down a little. Okay, and then let's go ahead and ungroup this and see what pieces, because I know I do not need the sprinkles. So we're gonna make it a shaker card. So these sprinkles right here, we can go ahead and delete. So you can go ahead and delete it there, or you can just hit delete on your keyboard and it will delete it also. Because there are hotkeys for lots of things too. Some people don't know that. You don't have to necessarily do the commands there. You can, well, it'll show you here actually. When you go to click on something, it'll show you the commands here you can do on the right. So for delete, you just hit delete. Duplicate, you just hit Command D. So those, especially when you're doing a lot, sometimes it's just quicker to go ahead and do those commands. You can't add it to the canvas right from the selection screen. You can't add it to the canvas right from the selection. Am I in live or beta? There's two different versions too, so the images are kind of different whether I'm in live or beta. But let's go ahead and take, first I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate each layer of the shaker part. I wanna do the scoops, the shaker part. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate that one, because I'm gonna need this size to be acetate also, because we're going to use acetate to cover it. So for this I'm going to use cardstock, and then for the layers of the shaker to stack up I'm going to use craft board, but then we're going to use acetate also. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these pieces, I like to turn my acetate pieces gray, the light gray, and that just signals to me that it's acetate. You add it from the new screen where it opens the image, it shows you the image. I just did it, Mindy, and now I'm like, what did it look like when I did it? I don't know. I'd have to go back and be like, hey, how did I do that? Well, when I add something else, we'll look at that. Okay, so now we need to make our, it's not the track, it's the part we're going to stack up for the shaker card. So what I'm going to do is take this piece here and then click on offset, but I'm actually going to inset it. I don't want it on the outside. I need to go ahead and make it so we get the part to stack up, which, that may be good there. I think that looks good there. So now to get the part that we're gonna stack to give us the shaker part, we're gonna go ahead and select these two, the offset piece and then the ice cream piece, and then we're gonna go down to combine. And then I want to be left with the outline of it. So I can go ahead and choose subtract, and it's going to remove the two pieces that are overlapping. Well, the parts that are overlapping. And as you can see, it left me with this right here. And that's what I want, because that's going to be the, I don't know, what do you guys call that? Kind of like the frame for the shaker card part? I don't necessarily have a name for it, but this is the part we're going to stack up. Does have that extra screen yet? On my laptop, but not on my desktop. When I add the next thing, Mindy, I'll pay attention because I'm not quite sure. Okay, so we have this one here, but I want to stack this up. Doing one's not going to give me the space for the staker card. Steak does sound delicious. The shaker card. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate. I'm just gonna do Command D for this. And I'm gonna do it 3 times total. That way I have 4 pieces of this here. So these pieces are just gonna go over here with this. And when I make the card, I'll go ahead and glue these together. And that'll give me the thickness. Right, Sue? It's like, now I want steak along with my ice cream. Oh. Just not steak ice cream, right? We can all agree that that's a bad idea. So we're going to do the second part with the bottom of the ice cream here. So let's go ahead and offset that also. And one thing I love about offset is when you've previously just used it, the settings stay the same. So you don't have to worry about sliding it and getting it to the same space. But we're going to go ahead and apply that. And then we're gonna do the same thing we did for the scoop there. So we're gonna take the offset, control, and then hold the ice cream, go down to combine and subtract. I gotta have a baked potato with my steak though. Like steak and baked potato like have to go together. Okay, now we got this piece here. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate it. So I'm just gonna use a hotkey. So I'm gonna do Command D. And get my 4 pieces. Then we'll go ahead and stack those, which you don't have to like stack them perfectly. Just go ahead, put them there. Drag your mouse over them, hit align and center, and I'll just put them all there together. And then I'm gonna go ahead and group those too. Ooh, I should have grouped these. I also want to group my ones here, so I'm gonna center them too. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold Shift and select all of these. And then we can align and center. Now you can see it put them all right on top of each other. And then I'm gonna go ahead and group these also. And hit group. Okay, so we have made our pieces that are gonna stack up. And then the gray is gonna be the acetate. We're gonna use the black for the background. And then I do wanna make a front piece that's a little thicker that I'll glue over the front. So what, oh, I shouldn't have, I went too fast there. I'm gonna ungroup that. I just wanna take one of these pieces and I'm gonna offset it to make it larger. So unlike where last time we inset it, we're gonna actually offset it. So we're gonna drag it to the right and make it just a little bit bigger. Not quite that big. Maybe that big. I think that's good actually, the 0.056. We're gonna go ahead and apply that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and turn this the same color. And I'm gonna bring that to the front. So that way when we glue it, I have this little thicker part here for the ice cream to go around the frame. And then we'll do the same thing here. So I'm just gonna grab this piece. Well, first I'm gonna ungroup it. I just need this one piece. And we're gonna offset that and hit apply. Turn this one to the pink. Ice cream's always a good idea. And ice cream, it doesn't matter if it's cold. You know, it's not one of those things that like, oh, it's cold, I can't have ice cream. I can still have ice cream. Lucy Lou loves to go get ice cream because she gets a pup cup from Dairy Queen. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm just gonna group that section, bring this over. And if it's too big, I could reduce the offset also. Okay, now let's go ahead and start, which I may do, but let's go ahead and move on. Actually, bring this out of the way. I'm just gonna group this so I can move it easily. Okay, now we have an ice cream cone. Let's go ahead and look for that frosting drip, which I could just make some from a drip, but let's go ahead and images here. Let's just type in frosting drip and see if they have. Could be frosting, it could be ice cream. Thanks, Margot. Sometimes I go too fast too, so if I go too fast, just tell me to slow down. I can speak so darn fast sometimes. I'm like, you gotta slow down. I was like, is that a wrap? That is a cupcake wrap. That's really cute. It's not for what I need right here, but I love that. Sprinkles make me happy. Ooh, here's a possibility here. Let's click on that one. That one's fun. They have one here with some sprinkles, but it says ice cream border. I'm not, the lines are a little too like jagged for me, I think there. Here's one with frosting. Possibly, that one's getting pretty long. I like kind of the thicker, here's the Goldilocks thing. I like the lanes a little thicker, a little shorter. Sorry, we're just scrolling here. I have that one possibility, but I like to find at least one more. I wonder if I do icing, if it changes any choices. Because I don't think I've seen that one before. So maybe we will get a couple new ones. It's mostly the same. Sometimes you get a couple different ones. I wonder if you wrote sprinkles drip. Don't want to keep scrolling. And the new version where are you talking about the image slide out, Mindy? If you are, you can choose more than one image. You can just add them there as you want to the canvas. All right, let's try sprinkles. I can always add sprinkles to a drip too. That's another possibility. Sprinkles. Ooh. You could do that as a background. I don't know, guys, but this all looks delicious. We got ice cream and cupcakes and... Oh, that's a really cute popsicle. I'll bookmark that. What about this one? This is a good one too. Frosting, sprinkles. Okay. We have two options now. I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and add these to canvas. All right, Sue, that was a rabbit hole. We went down a rabbit hole. But we found two good possibilities. Okay. Let's look at option one is this one. I'd go ahead and unlock it so I can rescale. Oh, that kind of looks like two. It's a possibility. I think I like the look of this one a little better. Yeah, and that's a little rabbit hole. Like, I try to keep the rabbit holes minimal when I'm on live because, man, how long I can scroll through those images? I mean, there's over 1 million images. It can take a person time. And I like this one. I like the look of this one better. I am thinking... It just looks more natural, too. This doesn't look... I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. And we'll change the colors too to match what we're gonna do. But I do like this one, but I may change it a little because I could slice and dice and make it have it drip down further on this side. But we'll go ahead and leave that for now right now, and let's go ahead and work on the background. Okay, so for the background, I'm thinking polka dots and stripes, like two different sections. So let's go ahead and go to images. Annie's here. Hello, Annie. Oh, is it humid and icky there? Humid's the worst when it makes it sticky. I'm not a fan of the sticky. What did I say I was doing? Oh, stripes. Let's do a stripes pattern. One good thing with these, with all the print and cut you can do, you really, like, you don't have to buy special paper because you can just print the paper to look how you want it, right? So there's probably going to be a ton of stripes patterns, but I want something pink. It's definitely got to have pink. Ooh, I like this one with the different shades of pink. I'll go ahead and add that one. But it's definitely got to have like pinks or purples. More of the pastel colors. This one could be a possibility too. Maybe this one. Maybe that one. We only have 13,151 of these guys. If you can't find the stripes you need out of 13,000, I don't think they have them. Ooh, that one's good for purple. All right, we have 4 possibilities. Let's go ahead and add these to the canvas. I'm gonna go ahead and shrink them down now and then resize. Items. So how can you pick another? Okay, possibilities. Let's go ahead and rotate this. And don't think about colors of everything like behind it because we can go ahead and change all that. So I'm gonna unlock this and I want this to come down, I think about like 2/3 of the way of the card for the stripes. And then I just move the card out of the way because it's just easier when I'm dealing with all these layers and I want to send it to the back versus send backward, send backward. I can just go ahead and do it like that. That one's pretty. I would definitely go up to the frosting here. Change that color of pink. Ooh, that already looks better. See, like that. So that is possibility 1. Let's go ahead and rotate this. Now you can go to the corner and rotate like that, or if you know you need to rotate at 90 degrees, you can also just go up to rotate and hit 90 and it'll turn it for you. Yeah, I'm usually on live when I'm in here and I'm not in beta. So that's why the images can be different than what you have on your screen. I like the colors of this, but it's too, I think it's a little too much. I don't like it as well as the pinks. Let's delete. I'm gonna go up here and rotate this 90 degrees also. Goodness, somebody just took off racing down the street. Go ahead and send this to the back. Well, that's a pretty one too. Good possibility. We got one more. Let's go ahead and just setting this here to get my size. And you can see the stripes up and down. Let's go ahead and rotate those stripes too. Oh man, I don't know. All right, before we decide that, let's get the bottom piece and then we'll go ahead and decide from, these are all good choices. Honestly, I like all of them. Okay, so for the bottom piece, I want to do polka dot. So let's go ahead and go to images and then hit polka dot. Polka dot background. Share the video. Oh, yes, thank you, Sue. If you want to share the video. Okay, so polka dots, I would like the colors to kind of match the same as the other things I was looking for. Oh, those are fun mermaids. Apparently I liked it before because me or Melody have bookmarked it. Ooh. Hold on, guys. Gotta bookmark this. That's great melody colors. I like the pattern, so I'm gonna bookmark this. And then with Access Member, you can have as many collections as you want, which I love because I have collections just for like backgrounds. And then also have a collection for patterns. So there's actually 2. I think I made that twice. And patterns. Okay. It's always good to bookmark it when you come across it, because the chance of you coming across it again. Not quite seeing. I would really like a pink background with different colors of polka dots. I know I've seen one. Hold on, let's just add the sprinkles too, because the sprinkle's cute. I'm getting a lot of things that aren't necessarily polka dots. Ooh, that's pretty too. What if I do polka dot pattern? Ooh, a new home for your Cricut. Well, I hope it enjoys its new home, Tammy. Let's see. Okay, this is giving me some different, more polka dot here. That definitely made a difference between polka dot background and polka dot pattern. Sometimes you just want to change a word and you can kind of get a different search going. Kind of like this, but with like a pink background. Let's see. Oh wait, actually, let's go to this, hit the 3 dots, and see similar images. Ooh, yes, like that. Is that? That's basically that with a different color. Okay, let's choose this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and add to canvas. And then we can hit view and it'll take us to our canvas. Yes, I like this one. This is a good one. Okay, so I'm going to, let's go ahead and get one of these in place just so I can see about how long I need this. Now it's a circle, and you might be going, hold on, that's a circle. How are we going to do it with the circle? We're going to do it with the circle, because we're going to slice through it. You can rescale it. I don't want to rescale it too much like this way, because it's going to make the dots are going to become less circular. Just want to make sure it's big enough, and then we can figure out sizing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the circle here, and as you can see, this is already a print and cut. Some people ask questions too of like, when do you have to add, say, an image behind it to flatten it so that it cuts, how am I saying it? You add the image behind so it doesn't like cut out around each circle. Well, you can tell if your image is going to do that if you change it from print and cut to basic cut, and it turns it just a solid color like that without the shapes, then it's going to go ahead and print fine. You don't have to add anything behind it and then flatten it for print and cut. You can just keep it on print and cut. Why did it? Well, you should. Hello? Well, it's not going back, but okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab that again. It should have just reverted back to the same image that I previously had, but it's not for some reason. Yeah, original artwork, print and cut. Well, that's weird. Okay, let's go ahead. We're just gonna grab that again. Polka dot pattern. All right, let's go grab that again. I don't know why that happened. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that because lots of times it's like, do I have to put something behind it? Do I not? And you can just turn it to a shape and see. That'll let you know. We're just going to go do the same thing we just did. Hopefully it pulls up the same images. Yes. Add that to canvas. And usually you can switch between them and it's fine. I don't know why it necessarily did that. And let's resize. Resize this one. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one. And then for this one, to get the shape, we're just gonna go ahead and grab a square here. You can try to undo. It should have, did I hit undo or did I not hit undo? I thought I tried to hit undo. It just did not want to go back to the print and cut, but that's okay. We found it again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a square in here. And I'm gonna drag my mouse over both. You can also, oh, and then let's hit slice. Did it slice? It did not slice. There we go. Now it sliced. Okay, we can go ahead and delete each layer of this we don't need. That's so weird. What is happening? You guys see that? Did you see that? I feel like I just did a magic trick. I don't know how that happened. They were little circles. I put a square over it and I sliced it, and they're big circles. Let's go ahead and delete this piece. We don't need that. We can go ahead and delete that. Delete. Look at that. It's magical. Under the big circles? This is so weird. Under the big circles are the little circles. Okay. Just delete all these layers that you don't need. And then this is the piece I want. So I can go ahead and delete the rest. That was really bizarre, was that not? It's like a Houdini magic trick there. And then we can go ahead and unlock this and then drag this to whatever size we need. Put a little gap. Send that to the back. That's so fun. Okay, so we're gonna go back up to this top background. Now that we have the polka dotted bottom, what are we thinking for the top? So option A is that one. Oh, that one's pretty too. Option B, which I'll resize these if we decide that's the winner. This is option B. And then this one is option C. What do we think, guys? That's C. A. I almost think B is the move. A is pretty good, but I really like the colors in this one. We have a B and we have a C. All right, so we'll take this one out. We'll move this one down. We have 3 for C. Okay, so here's B and here's C. 2 for B, 2 for C. Man. What I'll do is I'll keep both of them in the file though, so that people can choose which one they want. They're both good. One's a little brighter than the other. It just depends, I think, how bright you want it. What size is this one? This one's perfect. Oops. .425. .9. Okay. B, C, C, B. Okay, we'll go ahead and put this one behind here. Have that there. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that one. Just move this off the screen. Thank you, Sue. Put our card base up here. Send to the back. How fun is that so far? That's fun. Now we could, what do we think about this frosting? Should I keep the frosting just like it is, or do you think I should maybe take and slice off, say, this part and add it over here so it drips down further here? That's a possibility too. Patreon. Thank you, Sue. Okay, let's go ahead. And I thought also to add on the front, because I was like, ooh, ice cream. You gotta have a cherry, right? But we're not gonna necessarily put the cherry on top. So I thought, what if we put on the front of the card, we put a cherry here. And you could put it on a bauble too, I thought. So let's go ahead and look for a cherry. And I want just a simple shape of a cherry. I don't need the leaves. I want to put the words on the cherry on the front. Just see if we have similar images. I just need one cherry. I know. Kind of like that, but just one. I'd like the stem connected. So many cherries, so little time. Like that one. That one could work. That's a cherry. Let's look at similar images on this. But something like that. A little more rounded would be great. I like this one. Let's add this one. Yeah, this is a good shaped one here. Because we could put this here and we can go ahead and contour it. See, I don't want that. I don't want the line cut out of it. So I can just go ahead and hit contour. And then it's only that one contour. I could click on it to select it or just hit hide all contours. And then I'm left with the solid cherry here. But let's go ahead and put this cherry. And let's put, I was thinking about putting the words, like I was thinking this card, it could be a birthday card, but it could also be like a friend card. So what if we put, I'm gonna do 3 lines on this. Life is sweeter. Oops. Have you seen how that stacked? It's just because I made the box narrower. So if I just drag the arrow and then it'll go ahead, as it has the room, it'll stack them next to each other. Let's move this over here. Life is, and I'm gonna do one for sweeter. Or it could be life is sweet. I don't know, it could say life is sweet, and then on the end say like with a friend like you, or life is sweeter. I don't know which one sounds better. We'll play with it for a little. I like to do a couple different fonts though. So I think I want to do the life is in the same font, but then do the sweeter in a different font. So let's go ahead and look at our fonts here. And remember when the font menu pops up, you can just drag it to where you need it. So let's go. Actually, I wanted a Alyssa stencil script is one of my favorite Cricut script fonts. That might be perfect. Oh, and perfect. I do want a writing font, and I already had it filtered for that. So if you're looking for a writing font, go over to your filters, and then you can go down and check writing, and then it's going to show you. Oops. And I'm in my bookmarked fonts, where I like to put a lot. There's so many good fonts, but I always choose from Cricut or bookmarked, but you can use ones in your system also. I know, Margot. That's why I said, who knew we'd spend so much time picking fonts as an adult? Okay, I like that. This is always a good one to me. And I think I'm going to do the is the same font. So we're going to choose the Alyssa. I'm going to put that one A little smaller. The goal is to put this on the cherry, so we're just gonna play with it here. And then, oh, I was like, why does it say? Yeah, it's just such a good single writing font, right? Okay, for this part, I want more straight lines. I don't want cursive, so let's go ahead and look at the fonts. And more of a up and down. I think this is going to be to do the two, yeah. Don't necessarily want that one because I don't want the double lines. I'm looking for something that'll just do the single line. This one could be a possibility. I want it have a little bit more than that to it. Oh, like this. This one could be really cool. I like this one for the, because instead of just the real single thin line, it writes it, but it gives it a neater look to it. Okay, I like that. And let's go ahead and get these in place. I'll put these on here first. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this to the front. I think this cherry needs to be a little bit bigger too. Like that. Let's grab life, size it down. Because I think I'm gonna try to curve. I think I want to curve the sweeter part because it could go like the shape of the cherry. I'm gonna unlock it so I can rescale it. Just go to the corner. And if it's too small and you can't grab it to rotate it, just go ahead and zoom in. And then depending on how far out, it won't give you these options, but you just have to zoom into it and then you're able to grab it. Just keep zooming until it pops up. I'll bring this over. I gotta go to Michael's today, guys. How much do you think I'm gonna spend? I was there the other day and they had all sorts of stuff on clearance in like decor I didn't necessarily need, but they had this wood sign that was pink and it said sparkle, and you guys know I love sparkles, and I was like, ooh, I need that. I can put that behind me. Rotate is 7.22, 16.45. What I did there is I just went to the rotation. I found out what rotation my first one was on, and then I set my second one to the same number so that they're tilted. Tilted the same amount versus one being kind of crooked to it. Which I may resize those. Okay, now let's take the word sweeter here. And let's go ahead and curve this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and go up to my curve, and I want this one to curve this way. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this. Life is sweeter. What do we think of that? Miss Sue, do you need my list, Holly? It's funny how I go in there and I'm like, I'm just gonna go get what I need. It's a lie, I tell you. It's a lie. I don't ever do that. Yeah, you're going to want to use a thin pen for this on the cherry. Absolutely, Mindy. You don't want to do the thicker ones. Definitely no metallic markers. Those would be too thick. But yeah, you just want to go with the fine point. I think I got to rotate this a little, do I? I really like the curve, using the curve to go with the shape of the cherry. What do we think of this? I think that's good. And it could say sweet too. You could change it to sweet. I don't know which one I like better. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click each one of, I'm gonna go ahead and click each one of my words here. Life is sweeter. And then I'm gonna click the cherry because I wanna attach the pen to the cherry. That way it will draw on it and then cut it out. And then just choose attach. There we go. All right, that looks really cute. I just want to try something real quick. I'm curious. I want to take this frosting piece and I'm going to duplicate it. I just want to see, because I kind of want it hanging down more on here too, which it doesn't have to, because ice cream melts aren't perfect and I should know that. But me and my silly symmetrical brain is like telling me to do this. So I'm just gonna pull this piece out. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this piece. Oh, no, I don't have to duplicate it because I can add it to that one. Well, I'm just gonna do it here, that way I can see and we can, that'll be fine. So what I wanna do is I wanna cut this section off and then put it over here so it drips down for far. So I'm gonna go ahead to shapes. Let's just grab a square. And then I'm gonna unlock the square so I can resize, pull it across, and then I want to be left with just this piece here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag my mouse over both of them, go to combine, and then hit subtract, because it's gonna take, remember, all the parts that are overlapping away. And then I'm left with just this. Now you can put it that way, or I want it rounded on the edge, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to flip, and then we can flip this piece horizontal. And you could do it like that. So we want it like that. Let's, oh no, go back. First I'm gonna ungroup this. Then I'm gonna drag my mouse over both and then combine, and you can hit unite or you can hit weld. Unite will do it, but it can be undone. Weld, once you save it, you are not able to undo it. I'm gonna hit unite, and you can see that piece disappeared. That meant it was close together. If you unite and you still see a line here, it means there's still two separate pieces. They're just really close. So then you just want to move it closer. Okay, so now we have that piece and we have our, whoops, our sprinkles here, but we may need a couple more sprinkles. So let's see. Yeah, and I definitely like to put a sprinkle over here, so let's, okay, say I'd like a green sprinkle, because it could use a sprinkle here definitely, right? But let's do the green one. So for that, let's find which one is the green one, which is this piece here. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this. And I don't need all of these sprinkles, right? I just want to get the one, and I could add it more and change it colors. So let's just get a single sprinkle that we can add. So go to contour and we can hide all contours because we just need one sprinkle, and you can rotate it whatever direction, so that works. It does kind of look like vampire teeth, don't it, Oma? Yep, flip would definitely work, Sue. And then you can just place this where you want it. And as you can see here, I'm zoomed really far out. This is where the box is not giving me the ability to stretch it or rotate it. So you just zoom in, and then now you can see, now we're able to do that. So I can rotate it. I'm like, well, that's going that way. Here we go with this random placement. Think we need any more sprinkles? Because we can just go ahead and duplicate this one. And then we can turn it whatever color we need too. Let's say you wanted Another one. Maybe there. But that one I'd probably make yellow. So let's go ahead to the color materials and grab the soft yellow. Do we need any more? Or a cow's udder. Oh my gosh, so funny. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, Carol. All right, so I think those sprinkles are good, but we do want to attach that way, because what I'm going to do the sprinkles with, ooh, maybe not. I'm not sure, but I'm going to attach them just in case, because you could do the sprinkles with cardstock. I also could use vinyl or iron-on to do the sprinkles, and then you don't have to place all those little pieces. So for that, I would click the color, the green, and then I want to click the rest of the green. And then hit attach. Oh, did I have those all grouped? I might have had those all grouped. Oh, I did have those grouped. If you've seen it turn them all green, the reason why is I had it grouped. So if I ungroup it, now I can grab that green sprinkle, grab the rest of the green, and hit attach. Now it attached just the green ones. So I added that yellow 1 and 2, so we're gonna do that. Grab the yellow, and the yellow there, and hit attach. There we go. That way when we make it, if we choose to use iron-on or vinyl, it'll have them all in the right place, and then we just lay it as a piece. So we put 3 pieces on. And I may, when I see how little these sprinkles are, I'll probably decide and make sure I have the right colors of all the iron-on and vinyl. That I may choose paper, because if I don't. And we can unlock this. And you have that possibility. So you could use either one. Which one do you guys prefer? Do you prefer... I thought I wanted it perfect. I kind of like the other one. I'm not sure. Okay, this is A, and this is B. I kind of like it like that. I feel like it's not supposed to be perfect, and maybe that's okay. And this is B. Will this be ready in the files by tomorrow? Yeah, Mindy, I can totally put it in the files for you. That's fine. If there's any changes, once I make it live, I'll let you know. But I think this one's, there's no weird mechanisms or like weird folding or anything, so I think this should be good. B, okay, so the original. So we're gonna go ahead and leave the original. I'll leave this one on here too in case somebody wants, and give choices. And then yes, Mindy, I'm glad you mentioned that about the acetate actually, because let's go into that group. And this one I made for the acetate. I'm just going to duplicate it. I'm just going to use my hotkeys and hit Command D. And then I would make this the background for it, so it's the ice cream color. So this one will be the soft pink. And then the other one, where is my other, where's my other piece? I'm gonna pull this over here for a second, ungroup. I didn't see it showing me the other. There we go. Now I can go ahead and Command D to duplicate, and I'm gonna turn this one pink. Oh, nope, I lied. That is the blue color. There we go. That way those pieces will be behind it. Basically like that. Where is it showing me my other? There it is. Pull that out. Nope. Group, and then set those on there. So basically the ice cream cone will be like that. These will be the, oh, that's grouped right there. I'm gonna go ahead and ungroup that. Group that back and put that back. Which it looks kind of funky here, but it's, I don't have it all centered and everything else. But you can put the ice cream cone however you want. And then these would be the acetate pieces for the shaker part. And then you get to put the shaker parts in. And I don't know what I'm gonna fill it with. Maybe sprinkles. I have to go look at all my shaker filling. You could put glitter in there. You could put glitter and sprinkles. You could put sequins and glitter. I don't know, there's lots of possibilities to fill it with. Oh yes, thank you Jamie, save. I have not saved it in far too long. Okay, so now we have the outside done and we can go ahead and real quick just make something for the inside. And pull this down. I just want to group all this and move it over. Even though it's not going to go on this side of the card, the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to have it right inside the card. That way, when it cuts it, this will be the part that you read on the right. So we go ahead and move that over. So life is sweeter. It could be a friend card, so you could, or just a friend birthday. So say life is sweeter with, it could be friend, it could be daughter. You can make it whatever you need it to be. Like Mindy, yours could say life is sweeter with a daughter like you. I want it 2 lines, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hit enter there. You can choose whatever font you want, and then let's do a happy birthday too. So let's go to images. And I'm gonna type in happy birthday phrase. Which you can, on this, you can just go to phrases right here, right? And if you're in the newer one, like Mindy was talking about with the slide out images, it's now a filter. You will no longer have phrases over here on the left. How you'll get to phrases is you come over here to filters and then do operation type. Is it operation type? It's hard when I'm not in the screen actually. But yeah, then you can just go ahead and choose phrases. But we have it over here, so we could just select it right there. Jinx. All right, we're almost done here, guys. And then you can pick one of these and switch it. It'll have the double lining or double lines when you write it. But let's add that one and let's add this one because they have cake. Because what do you need to go with ice cream? Cake. Oh, and then if you mush them both together, it's really good. Anybody else do that? Like eat some of the cake and then you got to do some of the cake and the ice cream. Happy birthday. So this is set to cut, which you could use iron on and do that. Let's see if we turn this to a draw. That's cute. I like that. So that's one possibility, and then let's look at this one the same way. We're gonna go ahead and turn this one to draw with a pen. They're both cute. I like them both. Oh, that's awesome, Mindy. Yeah, you can just go ahead and use whatever. You can cut the papers too. All right, guys, last one. A or B? A's on the top or B? I think they're both good options. And you could change colors too. Say you wanted to, Do the cake in a color. Ooh, so you want to do the cake in 1A, 1B, 2Bs. 2B or not 2B. We have 2Bs. Oh man. All right, let's go B. I'll leave this one here too, so I'll have possibilities in here that you can choose. Oh no, we're split. We got 2 A's and 2 B's. I like them both. We'll keep them both in here. I'm just gonna pull this one up here and I'm just gonna show, say we want to, on the inside I wanna add color, right? So let's go ahead and change the color of this pen. And let's see, what color do we want to do? Glitter gel. I do love me a sparkle. And then this one, let's go ahead and contour. Well, first I'm gonna duplicate it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and contour. I'm gonna hit hide all contours because all I want in this one is the cake. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm clicking on each of these. And then it always chooses one. The top one's always gonna, when you hide all contours, it has to keep one showing. So as you can see, this part of the birthday is, but you can go ahead and click that. And now I'm left with just the cake. That way, say I want to make the cake, I'm thinking, I may change it from glitter gel. We're gonna see how thick it does it. Pink. And then in this one, I need the rest of the happy birthday left and only the cake gone. So I'm gonna hit contour this time. And instead of hide all contours, I'm gonna click these out to take these away. So I'm just gonna click on each piece here. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We're a little over an hour, but we're at the very end right now. And I'll probably, this is a little thick lines. And you can see, as you can see, I chose the glitter gel, which is thicker. Let's go ahead and choose a thinner pen and you can see the difference. Let's just choose fine point. Turquoise, ooh. Ooh. So many colors, right? Look how many options you have in the fine point markers. Let's choose bubblegum. Now you can see the difference in the thickness there that it made it. And then last one for the happy birthday. Click here to change the pen. Thank you, Diane. B is good to just thinking about writing space at the bottom. Oh, very true. And you can always adjust size-wise too if you need to write more. Or... Let's look at the glitter, 'cause I need glitter. There you go. And then if you want to make sure these are all centered, you can go ahead and select each one of these and hit align and then center horizontally. And then that will go ahead and center it for you. And then once you get that how you want, and you can go ahead and change the size of this cake too. You could move it to the bottom. I kind of like it here. I may rescale it. No, maybe it's better just being the size it was. Or you could move this up. However you like. But I'm going to go ahead in the projects, which will be available to all of our Patreon supporters. I'm going to go ahead and attach it. But all you have to do to move it around and resize is just hit detach. And you can also change the font too if you decide you'd like a different font. So I'm again just going to grab all three of those, align, and then choose center horizontally. And now I do want these to draw on the card. Just looking, making sure it's pretty centered. I think I can move these over. I'm going to group them because I just want to move it all together over a little bit. I'm looking for the spacing to be the same on the right and the left. It's funny, I go one way a little and I go nope the other way a little bit. And I think that's good there. I'm going to ungroup, and then I'm just going to attach each part. So I'm going to hit the purple, then hit the card, and hit attach. Go ahead and send it back, and then we'll do that with each piece. I really want to make that cake, though, glitter gel. I may play with that some more. Send it back. And then the happy birthday. Choose the card and attach. That way it's going to write on it when you make the card. And I'll layer all this up good. I didn't align all that after we added that extra, the back piece in there. You go ahead and hit save. Yep. All right, there we go, guys. That is it. And then this Life is Sweeter, you could just put a cherry on here. You could, I thought a wobble would be really cool. If it's size-wise, I gotta check the sizes of my wobbles, but I think a little wobble would fit behind there, and then you could have the cherry on a little wobble. And then inside, this will be a shaker card, so inside where this is, you'll have whatever we decide. Might have sprinkles, might have sequins, might have little, I have all sorts of little pieces you can add in of shakers. But see, this card was inspired. Thank you to my local ice cream man? What do you call that? Ice cream truck man. Because if you wouldn't have been driving around my neighborhood yesterday so much, I wouldn't have thought about doing an ice cream card. But then it reminded me I wanted to do that drip that I had done for like the birthday graphic for Jamie too. So there it is, guys. We are finished with that. And then remember, the gray pieces here will be acetate. Now, when I go ahead and put this in our projects for Patreon members, I will also, this is one thing I like to do, especially when other people are going to be using your projects, because they don't know, like, hey, that gray means acetate. Now, you can do two things. You can over here, you can rename this layer, and I could put acetate here, so it's known. But another thing you can do is, let's go to text. I'm gonna write acetate. And the funniest font for that, I'm just gonna make this a regular font in a second. Let's go ahead and change this. Oh. What am I doing here? We just want a regular font here. What's the one I'm looking for that I'm... Yeah, renaming the layers are so great. So great. Especially when I'm like, oh, I want to make sure I use glitter on this part. Or, you know, oh, I'm going to use iron on this. Or vinyl. Vellum. Wood veneer. All of those I like to label in the layers there. So you know, but we just need a regular font. Cricut Sans, there we go. Tell I was in Canva earlier because I was typing Canva Sans. I was like, that is not what I'm looking for. Okay, so now it says acetate, but I don't really want the word, I don't want it drawn out. I'm gonna go over here to operation and just turn it to a guide. That way it's just gonna tell them, and you can say the gray is acetate. And then you can leave that there. That way when they cut it, you can also see it over here that it's going to be acetate because these are labeled as acetate. Let me go ahead and label that one as acetate also. So they'll be reminded here, and then they can see this here. But whenever you see this in this color like it is, it's a guide, so it's not going to actually cut that. So there we go, guys. That is the finished card. Yeah, Annie, it was so great when they can do that, because it's so, especially when you have you can have a project with so many different pieces, right, and so many different things, and being able to change those names is awesome. So you know exactly what to do there. And then I'll go ahead and I'm going to use craft board for the 4 layers to add up to the shaker card, but you could use cardstock if you wanted. If you did cardstock, I'd probably do an extra layer or 2. So probably 5 or 6 layers. But, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to label. I'm going to label that over here too. Thank you. And Mindy, I'm going to go ahead and finish this card, and then I'll go ahead and get it in supporter projects as soon as I finish making all the final little touches to it. And if you make this card, please post it. Post it in our Facebook groups like Cricut Design Space. That way we can see it. But thank you guys for joining us. Joining me, but it's us. Like, we decide together here. Thank you, Carol, so much. It's just a fun, happy card, right? Like sprinkles and ice cream and cherries and pretty colors, and it's just happiness. I hope your daughter likes it, Mindy. You have to, yes, please share it if you make it. And Cricut's last day for their sale today, there's links in the description below. And if anybody's looking to get the DREAMBOX, like that's in Melody's house behind Alex, where you can put all your craft supplies, they have their 4th of July sale going on now. It's the biggest sale of the year. And there are links below to that with our code that saves you $400 too. I know one of our members is ordering that. I wish I had room for that in my craft cove. But thank you guys, everybody. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your weekend. I hope my puppy starts feeling better. If not, we're gonna have a vet trip in our future here. Good thing I got puppy insurance. Haven't had to use it yet, but she might have gotten into something she shouldn't have had. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. So then I will be live on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and then we're going to go ahead and put this all together. So you can join me there. I can't wait to see what I'm going to fill it with. That's so many possibilities. So many possibilities. I know, poor pup. She's actually not even by me right. Oh, she is. She's asleep. She's been asleep this whole time. So, alrighty guys, I will see you guys on Tuesday. Everybody take care and happy crafting, everyone. And just making sure I'm not. Oh, yep, and that is all, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye. Yes, go get dinner, Annie, so you can have your ice cream. It's a must now. Doctor's orders, everybody get some ice cream today. Unless your stomach can't handle ice cream, then, you know.